getting Okoye in 2023 at all, or no?
No.
Okay. Franklin, and also another name that I don't want to mispronounce it. You guys have talked about it on the podcast. Williams.
Nwaneri.
Yes.
Yeah.
If Franklin falls in the next week, or Franklin falls soon here for Tennessee, does that mean Williams is probably not happening, or is there still a chance that both happen here?
No, I think there's Tennessee would take both those kids in a heartbeat, not blink an eye. You can never have too many good defensive linemen, and so that's kind of where I'm at with that. I mean, Cam's a guy I think is going to take his visits, and we'll see where things go from there. I think there's still plenty of twists and turns in that one, and Nwaneri, he's a little more focused in. I mean, at Tennessee and Oklahoma, I mean, there's a few other schools that I think have a legit shot, but they'll have to really show well on their official visits. I think the Vols and Sooners have kind of stretched the legs out, away from that pack behind them.
Who do you think is the leader in the pack right now as we're recording this on Wednesday night?
I think Tennessee's had the momentum. I think he really likes the Vols. Again, if you were going percentages, I would go 51-49 Tennessee. But I think it's super close. It's super close, like Jaden Riddell's super close. There's several of those that, could go Tennessee's way, could not go Tennessee's way. And again, it's not about getting them all. It's about getting your fair share.
What does that mean for the class? Let's just think that they get both here. Does that put them in the top 5 potential range for 2024 if they get both?
I mean, if you get both those kids and you can somehow, you land Amari Jefferson, and then who knows who else at receiver. I mean, a couple of good running backs, Peyton Lewis, and who knows who else. Sure. I mean, Tennessee's going to be, right up there, fringe top 5. And that's without a marquee quarterback. And that's not shade on Merkliner, because I think he's fantastic.
Still top 10.
He's just not rated number 1 like Nico was, right? So if you're a top 5 and you're without the number 1 overall player like you had a year ago, what's that mean you've done? You've increased your star rating or your average everywhere else, which is a great sign.
That's interesting. I am very curious to see what ultimately happens here. And it's just been kind of cool to see, because I think a lot of folks were kind of nervous about like how defensive recruiting was going to go in the Heupel era. And just you're seeing these names pop up and you're just like, oh, like Williams and Nwaneri, like he has not been on the radar, right? Like it just kind of came out the last couple of months where it was just the big name, just this 5-star defensive lineman. You were like, Tennessee won't be in play for him. And then you just see, and it's like, oh, it's between Tennessee and Oklahoma. And you're like, wait, what? That's cool. I'm excited for that.
Everybody had him pegged for Oklahoma. And then, he just genuinely likes Tennessee. And all of a sudden they've risen up the ranks for him.
What do you think he likes most about Tennessee? Is it the scheme fit? Is it what he's seen? Is it the atmosphere? What do you think it is?
I think it's the people. I think he really likes the people here. And I think that resonates. And, I think having Emmanuel Okoye, I don't think that hurts either.
Who have you been most impressed with on the recruiting trail over the last year on this coaching staff?
I think they kind of just do. There's been spurts, I mean, Halsley will have a good spurt, and Kelsey Pope will have a good spurt, and Brian Jean-Marie will have a good spurt, and Rodney Garner's kind of steady Eddie. And, I think, Brian Jean-Marie does a really good job. He did a really good job last year. He's a nice compliment recruiter too. Super intelligent, well-spoken. I think they tandem recruit really well. I'm not sure that they have any just dogged recruiter. Everybody's gonna say Rodney, and I get it. Rodney's done it at a high level for 30 years. But I don't.
Maybe Willie.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's more they just tandem recruit really well.
Interesting. And it kind of speaks to the family atmosphere, right? Like they're all kind of on the same page, and it's just all across the board. It's more of a communal effort.
Yeah, 100%.
I like that. The next offensive commitment will be which position for Tennessee, do you think?
Running back.
Oh, I think okay. How soon do you think?
Memorial Day weekend.
Okay. I like it. Matthews, Jefferson, Harrell. Over under 1.5 end up in this class for Tennessee.
Man, that's tough. You know, uh, I want to lean over, but
Okay.
you know, realistically, you could miss on all three, and realistically, you could hit on all three. And I know that's kind of
Hmm.
in like both sides, but I mean, that's why I think Jefferson's so important. He's an hour and a half down the road.
Mm.
In-state kid. He's already committed here for baseball. I think he's super, super important. And then if you can land one of the other two, I think you're rolling. And if you hold on to JJ Harold, great at that point. If not, you can go find somebody else. I mean, I don't really worry about receiver so much.
Mm.
Although I do think that with this class, you need to have a couple of high school kids, at least two, if not three, because you're likely going to lose Dante Thornton if he has any kind of good year, like they're hoping he has. Ramel Keaton will be gone. Brew McCoy will be gone. So then it's kind of squirrel white, and then a bunch of unproven guys.
Yeah.
So I think that building through the prep ranks is the smart way. And then if you